switches.
So, oh, that's what I turned that on. I thought you had that figured out before. Ooh, and now I'm on echoey and such.
All that technical stuff.
Oh, the cool kids are using the on switch.
Except for the haters.
So I run an open mic that's every other Wednesday at Gallery Cabaret. Next one is on the 13th. Janine Ravislute is the feature that evening from 7 till 9. Yay, Janine! And Janine Ravislute, as well as Mr. Bruce Manson, happen to have poems that are accepted for the next couple issues of the literary magazine that I run, CC&D Magazine. Yeah, some of you heard me say that May-June issue, which is now filled, is the 20-year anniversary issue.
20th anniversary.
But in light of that, with finding somebody else, Andrea, who will be an associate editor, we are looking for, I've been trying to not look for Chicago Irish to have a section, but we're going to have a Chicago Poets thing at the end called Chicago Post. So, if there is anybody that would like to send poetry, I would love it. And if you don't believe me, no, yours it's poetry from Chicago Poets. She sent me a few and some more, which some of us claim to have that.
What if you're in a far southwest suburb?
Chicagoland. So we're good with that. Yes.
Thank you.
Because right now I live in Gurnee. Right now I'm in Gurnee. So come on up.
Tom would still kick a bit, but right now when he said he's going,
not just the
looks
city.
like we made it.
I mean, right now I'm in Gurnee. I'm calling the Chicagoland area. That's all cool. So,
Illinois.
If anybody wants to submit anything, I would double plus love it. If you want my email address, I've got cards, or if you know my name, JennaKuypers@gmail.com. Easy with, if nobody remembers that stuff, or if you know how to get a hold of me, please do. Now I'm going to shut up and read two poems. This is a poem called All I Can Capture. Oh, by the way, I think it's funny that the two that I happen to pick talk about me taking photographs, which is just odd chance, but this first one is called All I Can Capture. I've read the New Testament, tried to plow through the Old. I would read my sister's prayer book at night in bed just before sleep. Because if you do it then, just before you're drifting to sleep, maybe that's when he'll sneak in to catch you. So this is what I was supposed to believe, and so I read and wait for God's hand to come down and take me. I waited for the metaphysical lightning bolt, but night after night I would still turn off the light and sleep with only me to guide me. I decided to separate myself from the world, placing a camera between us, to look through my viewfinder and capture everything, create nice, glossy prints. I'd look for God and the refracted light coming down from the broken stained glass windows delineated with lines of lead from the desanctified church. But I should know better to look for God in a desanctified church, like he'd go there. Pulling the camera to my eye, I would photograph the giant mural of Jesus, stand before the looming church organ, tap a few keys, listen for the reverberation before walking away. Then look for divine majesty in the mountains, try to climb one of the Alps through the snow in my sandals, photograph the Tetons from my driver's seat in my car. But all I was doing was looking for God and plate tectonic shifts. Yeah. But I look anyway, and I couldn't find them. As I look into the chasms of the Grand Canyon, even in Bryce and the Arches, take pictures, hope for something more divine than nature's beauty to come to me from deep down below. I'll even walk down the canyon if he won't come up to me. I'll go to him if he's hiding. You want me to meet you halfway? Fine. I'll even look up to the sky, photograph the clouds, the moon. But even the moon is slipping away as its orbit from Earth pulls it away from me 1.5 inches every year. Even the heavens are getting farther and farther away from me. So I've gone toward the Arctic Circle, photographed the dancing, prancing, majestic beauty of the Aurora Borealis, stood bundled, shivering in the frigid Alaska air. But I know better. Geomagnetic aberrations are beautiful, but not godly. I even photographed Michael Jordan playing basketball, or George Michael singing on stage. But whenever I've seen pop stars and sports icons thank God for their successes, I never catch him on film. All I can capture is human talent and ability. I've looked to the majesty of nature. I've looked to the majesty of man. I've taken my camera, pointed, shot. I've tried to catch him, tried to get a glimpse of God, a shadow, even an illusion, but I couldn't even find that. This one has nothing to do with God, but apparently has something to do with photography, because I said that, because this is called Momento Mori. Only knowing you from afar. Every once in a while, I'd see you in the distance while I'm driving down the street. Once, I saw you outside my bedroom window after the first snowfall covered the land in a blanket of white. Then I saw you walking outside alone, looking for your next meal. I think I saw you with your children as I sat out on the balcony of a father's house. I watched your beauty in the distance, but I didn't want you alone. And after a while, someone said to me that you looked peaceful, but at the same time, they would have shot and killed you. As I said, I only knew you from afar. Then one day I was told to go outside, and that's when I saw you lying down among the trees, never to walk away from my home again. I've always only seen you from afar, and suddenly I could see your organs shriveled and sunken in after your skin had peeled away as you wasted away to nothing. Suddenly, I could see traces from your capillaries, and I could trace your spine, outline your rib cage. They call this Memento Mori, I thought. So I grabbed my camera to photograph you. Because even though in so many places I've seen you, for some unknown reason, I needed to remember you this way.
Whoa. Did we get the feeling Janet was like in total 80s mode tonight? It was sort of a Duran Depeche Mode thing going on.
Well, I talked about George Michael. That was an 80s thing,
especially in the first
Michael
poem, there was
Jordan
like
too?
a whole poets on film thing
Jordan
going on.
too?
Poets on film, poets on film. Well, he said Duran Duran, so I had to say it.
George Michael Jackson.
George Michael.
Or George Michael
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan was 90s.
Brewster.